Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. For those of you who don't know me yet, I am usually quite effervescent, quite jubilant about life. I love it. I really do. I love it. And I love the potential and the possibilities, and I've been really blessed. I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm really well loved. I've got great support in very near and dear friends and friends that are seriously far-flung as well. A lot of those friends are actually positive prime professionals, people who have, like you, become a member and then they've gone on to actually leverage or harness positive prime in their businesses, in the work that they do with patients and clients and members and students and so forth. So we're here today for a very short period of time. I'm going to go through a very quick introduction to what is positive prime. I might ask one or two people to share their experiences of what and why and how. And I do have a little presentation, so I could actually share that. But I'm going to ask for your forbearance, your patience, your understanding, and your love.
It's okay. It's all right.
Today I am coming to you from the hospital, and the beautiful love of my life just having a little bit of a hiccup that's turned into something really, really major. So I've been using Positive Prime, I really have, and I'm going to show you because we have great content. One is called Caring for the Caregiver by Donna Harmony Jones. And there's another one that we actually created that's not yet in the store, and I've asked Mayumi today to upload it. It's called Transcending Trauma, and it's actually by an amazing specialist psychologist. Her name's Dr. Diane Shelton. She's beautiful, really beautiful. And she's been very encouraging for what the clinical potential is for Positive Prime. There's also another member of our professional community. It's kind of an irony. Her name's Audrey, and she's from Chicago, and she's a health coach, and she went through a cardiac emergency, just like my Cameron is going through. And you know what? I was the one that had an accident 4 months ago when I went unconscious. But it's not me who is here. I'm just here trying to support. So I'm doing my best. Yesterday I was actually the keynote speaker at a breakfast, a networking breakfast. So I really had to pull it together, and I watched David Avocado Wolf's My Best Life Ever. And it was fantastic, and I pulled it off, and it was really well received, and I got great feedback. Thank you for bearing with me just then. I'm really emotional today. Of course, I'm overtired. I'm exhausted. And there's so much that's unexpected and uncertain. And I have to tell you, it fortifies me in terms of Positive Prime and its value. It really does. So we know for a fact, let me get back to Audrey. So Audrey actually introduced me via email to an amazing cardiologist who's doing a research program at the Mayo Clinic to see how Positive Prime could be involved in that. Like, wow. So for those of you who may have read Sonia Lyubomirsky's research paper on positive affects, the thing that I can encourage us all to do, me included, right? Like this is me at the coalface. This is me just as real and raw, as vulnerable, as authentic, as sincere, as genuine as all of you, right? Positive Prime, it's so important. It's really significant what we're doing. It really is. Mental and emotional well-being and being able to flourish and thrive and think about what's going well, like what is actually going well. We know for a fact, there's so much science that supports this, it actually does improve outcomes in all sorts of situations, including the one that we're in right now, right? So without further ado, let's just go through some quick questions and answers on Positive Prime. I'm going to share, just bear with me for 1 second. I'm going to share here. because you know what I was just doing? There are a couple of sessions that I hadn't personalized with enough photographs. And then, you know what, this morning there's a really beautiful photo of Cameron that we took only a couple of weeks ago when we were playing in the snow, and it was a very joyful day. And funnily enough, in the freezing cold, walking up the hill as we were having a snowball fight, he did have a little bit of chest pain, and I should have known. Anyway, so I actually uploaded that photograph, and this is it. You can see it here because I need to see it. Anyway, let's go back here. Okay, so if anybody asks, what can you do to help or support? The truth is, share Positive Prime and encourage those people that you know to upgrade as a member, right? That's just the most important thing to me at the moment. Sharing Positive Prime and having people upgrade as a VIP so that they can join us in our special private little community where there is such incredible divine love and guidance, isn't there? So for those people who haven't been back to positiveprime.com in a little while, go back to the homepage, positiveprime.com, and scroll down that page and spend some time just actually really rereading everything on that page. The information that's there is actually really important. It's useful, it's beneficial, it's helpful. It improves understanding. When understanding is improved, compliance is improved as well. I want you to know what it says, everything on this page. There are also 2 videos there, one by Dr. Paul Shealy and one by Sean Acor. One of the greatest fortunes, I think, in my life was actually connecting with Sean Acor and his wife, Michelle Gill, and his sister, Amy Blankson, and Amy's husband, Dr. Bobo. And were it not for their visionary insight and foresight, the efficacy testing on Positive Prime wouldn't have been done. So they actually proved it worked. From a scientific point of view, they did the research. And what we know for a fact is that when you watch a Positive Prime session for 3 minutes, a minimum of 3 minutes, your brain, the biochemistry, the neurophysiology changes, and the effects last for about 6 to 8 hours. It's really incredible, actually, to be able to say that. I mean, that's a really profound statement. So go down and watch those videos. There's actually a lot more information here. I will tell you, for the last 2 or 3 nights, I have made the effort, and I have watched the beautiful session by Michael Seepape. You know, can't wait to have this conversation with Michael Seepape. So about 2 years ago we met, and there's a sleep session. He works at 2 hospitals in Ohio. He runs sleep clinics. And do you know what? Absolute fact. Can't wait for him to come out and share his story soon. Any of the cardiac patients at those hospitals are required to go to those sleep clinics. And that's because the quality of sleep is so incredibly important. And I know that sleep's important for me, so I've been watching the sleep session. So let's go down here. The other thing, of course, is that I want to be hopeful. I want to be optimistic. I want our wishes to become reality. We have dreams, we have plans. So I've watched the sessions that I've actually personalized with those specific images because I need to stay committed to that. Something's got to pull us through. And so from that perspective, I cannot imagine a human being on the planet that doesn't need Positive Prime in their life. Now, of course, I'm going to say that, but it's just the truth, right? And I just do not know a single person on the planet that doesn't need to be a member and personalize, edit their sessions, right? So I will tell you, I've read the research. I've had the conversations over the last couple of years. Cameron, before his angiogram, did watch Positive Prime for an hour. I knew it would make a difference. I really did. Yesterday on my way to this speech, and let me just move over here. So I'm just navigating around my screen. Yesterday, I went to do a presentation to business people, and let me just go here to presenting. And the reality is that I was being buoyed by my brother. He's a wonderful man, a really amazing leader and manager in a big manufacturing company. He said, Kim, Positive Prime works. And I know I'm your brother, and I'm not just saying this to, help encourage you and prepare you for this presentation. But, there are people in my organization and there are meetings and they're just annoying and I get triggered by them. And instead of reacting, I actually respond very elegantly and gracefully with a whole heap more composure after I positive primed in the morning. And he said, I know if I've forgotten, because it's the way I behave in that meeting with these people who are incredibly annoying and pessimistic and chauvinistic, and so many other words are used. And so I went into that business meeting trying to help everybody through a couple of exercises. And one of them was actually staring at each other deeply into each other's eyes and just smiling, a beautiful, broad, warm-hearted, wonderful, full-bodied smile. And I explained to them that means that your mirror neurons that are actually accessed by what your retina processes, they've actually sent some messages to your endocrine system, and hormonally you've produced serotonin and oxytocin and dopamine and all sorts of other wonderful neurochemicals, endorphins, neurotransmitters, and your body doesn't even know that you're not smiling, even if you're looking at a smile. So in the sessions, these incredible, very fancy flash cards that flow past your eyes. I'm going to show you what a session is in 1 millisecond. There are a certain number of smiles, in fact, Duchenne smiles, so that we can stimulate your mirror neurons for this great effect and affect. I also explained that there are amazing photographs of tree canopy so that we actually can help your body to produce more proteins like cytokines. We know from a lot of research that green tree canopy does actually boost your immune system. We've put a lot of photographs of lots of round shapes and colors because there's a lot of science around how that actually softens the edges. No, it does. It literally does make us feel brighter. Dr. Barbara Fredrickson talks about when we feel brighter, that's more joyful, more hopeful, just more at peace, harmonious, kinder, more considerate, more compassionate and empathetic. All of these emotions, our brains react in amazing ways, and our ability to make decisions actually improves. The accuracy of those decisions actually also improve. We know for a fact that people are much more creative and innovative when they're in these positively primed states, when their brains are actually at their best, they're at optimal peak performance functioning. I've been playing around with a device called a focus band, which has medical grade sensors. It's an EEG. It's like a really sophisticated version of something like Muse. Some people have heard of a Muse headband, which is a bit like a toy in meditation. This is a whole heap more advanced. But we are seeing changes in brain frequencies, in all of the really healthy brain frequencies from positive priming. And we're seeing it really rapidly as well. So the change or the transformation is swift, a couple of minutes. Okay, so what else was I going to discuss with the people yesterday? That, I believe we all have a role in positively influencing others. We are indeed the ones who are making an impact, and there is, of course, emotional contagion. So we're affecting everybody else around us. And as we become happier and healthier, we actually help others to become happier and healthier as well. It's very noble. In case any of you are new to this, I wrote a best-selling book. I've been a change management consultant in the corporate world just over 20 years ago. I trained, I went back and studied as a sports therapist doing rehabilitation. That's not funny today, but it is the truth. A lot has changed since I studied 20 years ago, so I cannot imagine. I'm so excited to actually watch what the occupational therapists and the physiotherapists do and the osteopaths, because that's who I was. That's where I started on the journey into the spa industry 20 years ago, right here. We've worked with lots of corporate clients doing amazing things. Of course, one of our very proud moments is being featured as the tool in the Science of Happiness course with Oprah Winfrey and the work that she did with Sean Acor. For those of you who haven't watched Sean's TED Talk, it is in the most popular, like top 25 of all time. So definitely go and watch his. Amy Cuddy, who's a really good friend of his, who does like the Power Pose TED Talk, I think on the TED website, that's been seen 50 million times. And Sean's has been seen 20 million times. That says a lot, doesn't it? On our website, there's actually a statement. If you go and have a look at the science area, you can actually see this. But essentially, this is exactly what Sean and Michelle wrote about positive prime and does it actually work. And I would encourage you to go and read that. I think it's really important. We started to do some research on is a positive prime session actually a fundamental opportunity in accelerated learning? Can we improve comprehension, retention, recall, application? And it's extremely encouraging. I think we're going to do a lot more research around that, but it's absolutely the truth. So for those of you who want to dive in, I'm just going to stop sharing on this PowerPoint presentation, and I'm going to go over here. And on this front page, there's create a free account. Now I'm going to go here because I want to show you. When you create a free account, it actually down here, it has a referrer code. If you've been given a referrer code, this is where the referrer code goes. The referrer code is used upon the creation of a Positive Prime membership account. Everybody has to have a membership account, and this is where the referrer code has actually been, I suppose, integrated into the process. If somebody has recommended Positive Prime to you, and you did not use their referrer code, you can contact us at support@positiveprime.com, and we can manually attach or link a person to a referrer. And there are a couple of reasons why that may be of interest. We do have a really wonderful professional, and if you're a VIP member, you can be an affiliate, you can earn commissions, you can actually be involved in lots of rewards and awards. So this referrer code becomes very, very important for people who are being referred by others. What it means is once you've pressed create account, what actually happens is you get in to this area here. So let me just go here and save before I do anything down the bottom here. Okay, so I'm going to go back to our dashboard. When everybody first joins, they will be able to watch at least one session, and that one session should be in what we call the drop-down menu. So here in the dashboard, over here on the left, you can see the navigation, there's dashboard. Dashboard is what you click, it's almost like our home. You come back here, this is actually your drop-down menu. This is your library, and you build your library here. You build it by buying sessions, which are pieces of content from the shop, and you can do so with credits. So can everybody see up here in the top right hand corner, I have credits. In fact, I've got 17,000 credits. I'm going to show you. You can actually see I was just watching Caring for the Caregiver, right? So here in the drop down menu, you might find a particular session. So patience is actually one I definitely need to be watching today. Now, the truth is that sometimes I don't have 15 minutes. And I do have Patty here. She's about to take over in a second and share her experience, just maybe something that she's really noticed about her own Positive Prime practice. So let's just say that I'm interrupted. A nurse comes into this hospital room right now, or a doctor does, and I just have to stop and disappear and put myself on mute and goodbye. But what if I know that somebody's coming, or I've got a meeting starting in a moment, or I'm sitting in a reception area and I'm waiting? I can go here into runtime. Can you see there's runtime? And I literally just, put my cursor in there. I deleted, I went back, and let's just say I put in like 1 minute. So I've only got 1 minute. I click watch now, and what happens, and the internet might get upset here, so just tell me if it does, is that it loads. It's loading into the cache of my Google Chrome browser. Google Chrome is undoubtedly the best browser to use at the moment. And 1,000 flashcards are actually downloading right now. And if it's the first time I've watched it, it'll download a selection of the entire collection. And then when you watch it a second time, it'll download the rest of them. So sometimes on the very first time you watch something, you'll see some black screens. Please, everybody, will you do us a favor? Will you make sure that you just very quickly say, how are you feeling? Well, the truth is I'm feeling anxious. That's actually the truth. So I'm going to go click session. Now, remember I put in 1 minute, right? And you can see how quick this is. If I hover over the area, you'll notice that there is a big screen button here. So go to the big screen and you can make it full screen. Up here is the cross in the top right-hand corner. That's how you make it small again. Let's just say that actually I realize it's a bit too fast for me, so I want to slow it down. I go and click slower. I will tell you, Dr. Paul Shirley will even tell you this, because of the internet, oh, you know what you're also going to see. So my surname is Serafini and Cameron's is McNeil. And we actually call ourselves, just us, we don't share this publicly actually, we call ourselves the Serafinis, because I joke with him about how I'm not taking McNeil, and I tell him that he definitely wants my surname as his. So the reality is, you can see McSerafini. Now, did you see how many black screens there were there? That's because A, my internet connection is really poor here. I'm streaming data from my cell phone inside a hospital, which has all sorts of protection here, particularly in the cardiac acute area, right? So it's just quite extraordinary that the internet even works. I do feel a little bit better, not really, but anyway, I'll put done there. Now, I'm going to show you this again. I'm going to put 2 minutes in here. Now, because I've watched it for 1 or 2 minutes, do you know what? I haven't earned any credits. I have to watch for a minimum of 3 minutes in order to earn 4 credits. All right, I have to watch for a minimum of 3 minutes in order to earn 4 credits. On some days, I actually do watch many sessions a day. I usually watch a session on one the first time I watch it, right? So let's just go here. Happy, continue to session. You should see less black screens now, okay? You can see I've got 2 minutes. And because this is the second time I'm playing the exact same session, it's actually going to load better, and there'll be less black screens, of course, because there's less images missing in the way that it's actually talking to where we store. I want you to think about this. We've got lots and lots and lots of content. So we've got hundreds and hundreds of thousands of images that essentially we have the intellectual property licensing for, or we own them, and so forth. So it's a lot for our service to do, to be actually supplying tens of thousands of customers with something that is literally gigabytes worth. This is not just a simple MP4 file or an MP3 audio file. This is a totally proprietary type of file, right? So it's really sophisticated. It's very complex. And one of the aspects of our functionality is that you can speed it up or you can slow it down. And so all the code that's sitting behind there that allows us to do this. So let's just really quickly talk about slowing down and speeding up. I'm going to go mute it because I can hear the music in my head. When I mute it, it could mean that I want to listen to some other music, some binaural music or some other frequency music or something else that makes me feel more cheery, either by Spotify or any one of another 100 options. I could just turn the stereo in my house and turn this on to mute and listen to whatever it is that I want. When you watch something really quickly to begin with, because your other than consciousness will take in 11 million bits of information per second, and your reticular activating system, or your RAS, depending upon your goals and what you've decided is important to you, will actually attenuate to effectively about 40 bits of information per second. The truth is that the 11 million bits of information go somewhere, right? They go into your other than consciousness. It's not just that they disappear completely or they sideswipe you completely, right? They go in, right? It's just that you aren't necessarily conscious of them. And Paul Shirley, as I was alluding to before, suggested that in accelerated learning, no matter what the content is that you're doing, if you flick through a book in terms of speed reading before you actually read the book, you will comprehend more, you will retain more, and you will recall more, and you will apply more. And so sometimes what I actually do with a session is I watch it all the way through really quickly on speed 1 or 2, and then I might go back and actually spend 15 minutes watching it on a slower speed. The first couple of times I watch a session, or if it's something that's really, it would behoove me to pay attention to a particular subject, like patience at the moment. I might actually want to just watch it slowly. Now, most sessions, they play through about 1,000 frames on speed 1 at about an hour, right? If you've done a lot of personalizing, it might last for 3 hours. So let's just say, and this is actually a real idea. I'm just about to set Cameron's computer up on his tray where they put the food in on his bed. And I am going to go in and let's just say this, the dashboard. See, I must have watched for more than 3 minutes, so I've earned 4 credits. So I'll go back to okay here. But did you know that when I stopped that, all I did was I went and clicked dashboard and dashboard got me back to home? Did everybody notice that? I just was watching a session and then I clicked dashboard to get me back and then the credits popped up. Had I watched it all the way to the end, I would have actually been rewarded with an extra bonus credit. I would have earned 5 credits for watching a session all the way to the end, right? So when you are a member, and quite frankly, all you do is upgrade your membership. So I'm going to go here, actually, let's just pretend I'm an angel and I want to make everybody feel brighter. And I create a bogus email address and I do a pretend password. Now, my referral code that I give out to people is actually brighter. So say I create an account here. Oh, because I'm logged in elsewhere, I might not be able to. Let's see. So it says, welcome to Positive Prime. This is my referral code. Just as a member, as a free member, you can give your referral code. Now, it's case sensitive and it has to have the hyphen in it. But when you do that, what actually does happen is you are gifted with 120 credits as a thank you. Okay, so we at Positive Prime give you an extra 120 credits for every person that you refer, right? So as you can see, I've got 120 credits up here because I just joined. And if somebody has explained to me exactly what and why and how Positive Prime works, and I've gone to the website and I've looked at all the science area, I go straight to upgrade account. This VIP concierge service at $159 per year is undoubtedly the most extraordinary value. It's normally around about $500 a year, but at the moment it's actually only $159. That will be changing relatively soon. You get a whole heap of extra bonuses when you're a VIP yearly member, including a quick consultation with me that's about half an hour, a little bit like an energy healing. Obviously, I'm not doing any over the next couple of weeks. I'll be rescheduling all my appointments, but the reality is that you get to connect with me for that consultation. Some people use it as a really laser-focused life coaching appointment and so forth. You'll become a part of a really private community inside Facebook where there's lots of extra resources and teaching and a lot of other inspirational materials shared with you. You'll actually be sent some videos of some extra training that we've done where we may have done group coaching sessions. You'll be invited to special events with other speakers. And it is the pathway if you would like to become a Positive Prime professional. So if you want to leverage whatever it is for your own marketing purposes or your own educational purposes or your own transformational purposes, in terms of using it in a corporate or in a business setting, if you want to actually gift content, it's almost like you having your own best-selling book inside a library. If you want to gift that material to somebody via a session, you might become a professional. Now, you must be a VIP in order to become a professional. If somebody is on the signature program at $19.99 a month, $19.99 a month, they are considered a VIP. Now, if you do $20 times 12 months, quite frankly, it's going to cost you more than paying for the year upfront, right? But it is essentially the same service. Unfortunately, right now, I haven't gone in here and actually created the same kind of wording to make it less confusing. They are actually the same, but they look different. Okay, so having said that, if you actually just want to be able to edit sessions, upload a lot of your own photographs and select them into your own sessions and use it as a really, really, really amazing vision board and gratitude journal, then you need to be at least $9.99 a month, right? At least $9.99 a month. Has anybody noticed how my disposition has actually changed because my other than consciousness actually just absorbed 2 sessions? Has anyone noticed that? I just noticed. Yes. Yeah, amazing, isn't it? Obviously, when things don't go to plan in life, I've been through a couple of miscarriages and I always wanted to be a mother and I'm not, and I'm 46 years of age. I've definitely faced grief. That's the grief of not having a dream fulfilled or even being able to be fulfilled. So sometimes when we lose a job or a business closes, we actually go through a grief process. This particular session by Elizabeth Bradley, she's an amazing woman, absolutely amazing woman. She runs, her family business has actually been for generations funeral homes. She is a professor in grief. Incredible. She works with the FBI. She's been involved in America in the Sandy Hook affair, in the Pulse nightclub affair. I don't know right now if she's actually deployed to the most recent situations in either Texas or Ohio. It's highly likely. I haven't actually spoken to her, but I will tell you the content is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Oh, here is Sleep Easy by Michael Sepape. Of course, Discover Resources Within is an amazing session. Patty Krummer, you are a positive prime professional, and I love you dearly. I really respect and admire you. You're an amazing professional. You're incredibly strategic in your thinking, and you're very successful with essentially what you teach about strengths, gifts, and talents, and the mosaic effect, as we talk about it, and making possibilities real. You have your own session. So let's just say I want to buy your session because I've heard that yours is amazing. And Patty, I'm about to call you out and you can talk about positive prime, but let's just say I want to go find Patty's session. And I've heard that it has something to do with possibilities. So I can put possibilities. So I've gone over here, shop sessions. I put possibilities in. I'm going to search it here. It says making possibilities. So I go click on this and it says Patty Krummer. Woohoo. All right. So she's in Central Pennsylvania this evening. Dylan, you can unmute yourself and come out here and talk. And I'm just going to click on Get It Now and see how it says I'm going to buy it for 120 credits. But can you see it's faded up here in the top right-hand corner? Well, so I buy it. Look at that. Now I can go and watch it immediately. What I would suggest, though, is that you really do upgrade your account even before you go and watch, because then you can edit it and you can see what the impact it has, what the influence is of just having your own picture in it, right? You can actually see photographs of yourself. It makes it, I mean, there's a lot of science around it, but it actually draws you in. It helps in the manifestation process. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the dashboard and I'm going to see that I have no more credits. So I'm going to have to earn some, aren't I? So that I can go buy some more. However, if you are a member, even if you're a VIP member or you are a standard member, you will receive 240 credits per month. Every month, so you can actually acquire 2 of the standard basic sessions every single month. All right, you actually receive 120 credits after your first 2 weeks, not upfront. I think it's after your first 2 weeks, and then you actually receive another 120 credits at the end of the month. The memberships renew on exactly the same date. I'm pretty sure that that's accurate. If I join today, being Friday the 9th of August, it will renew on the 9th of September, the 9th of October, etc. At this stage, and I will tell you there's a lot of things we want to do from a software engineering, computer programming point of view. At this stage, we do not send out a little notification saying your credit card's going to be charged again. I wish for that. I would like to do that. We just have a lot of other priorities right now because we're really trying to get our app that will work in airplane mode completed and through Apple and get through all of their hurdles. All right, so let's go to making possibilities real. Okay, and we're going to put in here 3 minutes because I'm going to watch it all the way to the end and I'm going to make sure that I earn my 5 credits. Now, because it's the very first time I'm watching this in Angel Brighter's account, It should be Bright or Angel. I should have made my first name Bright, shouldn't I? That sounds like I don't know, a showgirl in Las Vegas. But anyway, it'll have some black screens. Patty, come on out and have a chat whilst this is loading, and I'll just play it in the background.
All right. So I have known you, Kim, for several years now, and I've been a Positive Prime, aka Mind PT user for all of those years. And you know, it's hard to even know where to start when somebody says come out and share, because this has become such a part of my life. Not only you, but of course this work and this power of Positive Prime, that I kind of can't imagine life without it. One of the times that I use it is when I'm looking to release an emotion, because every one of these sessions has something that is going to give me something to calm me down or inspire me or help me to feel like I have a new opportunity. And when I have a feeling and I'm looking for an outlet, I might go and write in my journal, but I first go and watch a Positive Prime session, because it's that triggering point for me that has become so over the years of watching Positive Prime. And it's just, in a way, it's just like this easy air to breathe that helps me to move through any number of things. It could be stress. Stress obviously is a big thing. The only other thing I really want to share is today I was talking to somebody about what is Positive Prime anyway and who would use it. And it was another reminder, as I started listing the people who would use it and why they would want a Positive Prime session, that it literally runs across humanity. You know, whether we're starting with a little child, and there they are, a little child who is looking to, you know, face a bad day at school and they're afraid to go. They don't want to leave their mom. They could be 5 years old. Or somebody facing a test in an educational setting, all the way through. I'm working with some people in this area of rehabilitation, and to talk a lot about the opioid crisis and what's happening with drugs and mental health issues. And they're very interested in the possibilities with this, because we don't have a lot of tools like Positive Prime. We actually don't have any tools that are quite like Positive Prime. So that's one of my other favorite things about it. When I want to feel something better, up level an emotion, I know Positive Prime is there for me. When I want to share a conversation about why somebody else would want to use it, everything can lead to Positive Prime as a potential outcome or a simple solution to help somebody to feel better or move the needle or make a new possibility for themselves. And I mean, it's just the most ingenious, literally divinely downloaded program that, you know, I really want to be part of a much greater movement, and we're all sharing it right now. So, you know, if there's 25 or 30 participants here right now, what more can we each do to help that many more people feel better and love their lives more and reach more outcomes that they really want? And it's just like, watch this. So I don't know what you wanted me to say, Kim. That's where my heart is right now. And my heart is also with you and Kim a lot.
Oh, thank you, darling. Patty is she is one of the sweetest human beings I have ever come to know, really and truly. She walks a talk as well. She is who she says she is. It's so refreshing to have friends like her. Is there anybody else who wants to come out right now and share about what Positive Prime, oh, look, I earned my 5 credits, what Positive Prime does for you? Patty, I will definitely let Cameron know that you and your best wishes are with him. See, I am compassionate. Do you know what? That meant to end right there. Now, let me say it meant to end. So for those of you who do not know, every single time you press play on a Positive Prime session, it reshuffles the cards and they play in a completely different order. And when that happens is that you actually get new associative conditioning, new meanings for some things. It's much more than even stimulating out of the box thinking. Neuroplasticity is it's an extraordinary thing our body does, or our brain does in particular. we do heal really quickly when we give our bodies the opportunity to. And certainly neurologically, neuroplasticity is key, really key. And Positive Prime definitely produces the neuroplasticity effect. And so it will finish on a different frame every single time you watch it. It just, of course, happens that our guides and our guardians are here and they're saying, you know, indeed, Patty is actually one of the most compassionate people in my life. So thank you so much, my dear. All right, so who wants to come out? Hello, come in. Okay, see, some people just popped into the to the hospital room. All right, so what I want everybody else to notice as well, as soon as you become a member, right, can everybody see up here? You can go directly to your login page. You don't actually have to go back to the main website ever again and go in to log in, even though, you know, you might want to go and check out the entire science area. So over here, it's actually HTTP, you know, but no, it's an S. It's https://app.positiveprime.com, app.positiveprime.com. Of course, if you shortcut this, will be /login. Right, so you then can come back to this page and you can simply log in all the time. I actually stay logged in, but considering I just logged out of Angel Bright or Brighter Angel, let's see what happened over here. When we update the code to Positive Prime, I don't know where it went. Hang on, sorry, we're disappearing. I actually do what's called a hard refresh. So on my Apple Mac, I press down Command and I actually reload the page, and that actually clears the cache. Of course, it does mean that I have to rewatch the sessions. So who now needs a very quick guide on editing a session? This is just so important, right? So it tells me the name of the session that I'm editing. Obviously, if I go back to dashboard and I want to edit, no, we'll keep patients. So this will be a good example. And I want to edit this particular patient session, and I want to see photographs of me and my loved ones, and you know what I need to be patient for. I can go here and I can click what I've already uploaded. Okay, but let's just say I want to add a new image of a goal that I want to be patient about. I'm going to go to choose files. We'll just see. Yes. I might have to have someone take over.
Hello.
Hello, come in. Dee Terrell, come out here and tell me a story, will you? Will you take over for a moment so I can put myself on mute and stop the video?
Unmute from the wrong way.
Whoa, there you go.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Well, one of the things I was just thinking about is because I work with children from birth to 5 years old, and I was just thinking about a question for them. Like how young would I be able to start them with using a technology like this? And I think for all types of brains, I really get deep into the brain science and how your physical movements help to build your brain, build the neural networks in your brain. And this Positive Prime is a great other component to it, because I was familiar with the mirror neurons. I was familiar with how your other than conscious mind can pick up so many more images than your conscious mind. So I think that it's a great thing, and especially the fact that you only need about 3 minutes. And now I just learned a new piece of information today that not only does it last for up to 6 hours, but I thought I heard her say that it can go up to 8 hours. So I'm really interested in looking in the research for that. I was a positive prime, not a positive prime, Mind PT user before positive prime. I found out about it through Dana Wilde. And I really like the fact that everyone that's involved with positive prime brings their aspect of it. Like everyone is accepted, everyone is, has their own different perspective, but each of those different perspectives add to a whole world where everybody is represented. And some of the things that you might think that don't pertain to you on some level does pertain to you or can help you. And I think that that's a part of the positive prime and the also Mind PT that I really liked a lot about it is that things that in earlier childhood education, we learn about biases, and we all have them, whether we're conscious of them or not. And so I think that when you look at things, when you look at positive primes from different people and from their different perspectives, it helps you, to me, overcome those biases that you might not even be aware of. So I think that it's an excellent, excellent technology that all you have to do is just press play and sit back and relax and smile and just enjoy being able to receive. I think that this is a great technology for mothers and caregivers and people that are nurturers, because they're always giving to everyone else, but it is their time to sit back and receive. So I think it's a great technology for that.
Hallelujah and amen. Seriously, isn't it? Actually, it is really brilliant for anybody who nurtures. And quite frankly, we all nurture someone in some capacity, in some way, even if it's at a distance. I totally think that that's beautiful. I can see some other names here of people I actually really know and love. Lucy or Judy or Kathy or Dion, David. If anybody else wants to come out and quickly share, if anybody has a question and they want to put it into the chat, please feel free to do so. I can go back to sharing if you like, and we can see what we're doing in terms of uploading. Should we do that? All right, so let's just say, I need to move this so I can actually see. Let's say I've created, and you'll actually see this. Here's my folder of images that I've actually saved that I want to upload in, like now, or I can go down into photos and I'll just see if there's any photo from the last couple of days that I want to upload. Alrighty. Hey, do you know what I did? I did an energy healing the other day. This is the image from it. So let me add that in. That's it. I'm going to upload it now. I'm going to encourage everybody to upload around about 1,000 photographs for themselves. I actually wrote into our special VIP signature members Facebook page some guidance about what to upload. Upload photographs of your family, of your friends, of the highlights of your life in terms of, maybe when you graduated, anything that has been a really great achievement, anything that makes you feel fantastic about yourself. Upload those photographs and make sure that you include them. Now, let's just say I wanted to select every single photograph that was on this page. I could do select all, and I could save it, and then I can play it, right? I can go through a lot more effort. Actually, before I do know down here I've got a couple of extra photographs of myself. So this is me in Sardinia, off the coast of Rome. This is me graduating. This is me with Mike Dooley, Notes of the Universe. This is me with my mom. This is me with Howard Martin for Heart Math. This is just me. This is with my beautiful friend Christine Colson from Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. This is me with Jack Canfield. This is me teaching everybody about Amy Cuddy's Power Pose. Anyway, so now I can go down and save. Right, so I've personalized the session. Personalizing the session is literally the thing that puts the vision board on steroids. I'm well known for also helping people to understand. So we'll go back here. You see, I did patients, and let's go and see if I actually. We might do it for 5 minutes now. If I actually see those photographs that I've just tagged pop up. Questions? Who else wants to come out and share? And then we'll wrap it up. Oh, come on, someone must want to. No, you do.
Hi, Kim.
Secretly.
This is
Hello,
Tony.
Tony. Hello. I just saw you flashing on the screen. Your name.
Hey, I'm fairly new, but I'm loving it already. Just the first time I watched one of them, I felt significantly better, and have been watching them pretty much every day. I have put a few of my own photos in. The question I have is how can I create one from scratch, or just do I simply adapt one of the ones that are already available?
There are two things. All memberships are creating one from essentially content that's there that you're then personalizing or customizing to you, right? We do have a service. We do have a service called Our Beautiful World. It's a session. I could actually probably show it. In fact, I'm going to. And you can organize with us this particular session. It doesn't have any words in it. And this is for private use only, right? So let me go to Our Beautiful World. And you can then actually have in our concierge service with VIPs. Are you a VIP, Tony?
I am, yes.
Okay, excellent. Well, you can actually write to Miyumi, and she organizes the team, and we can do essentially affirmations for you, or you could do them on Canva yourself, whatever, right? But if you want us to actually do some personal affirmations for you, or mantras, or self-fulfilling prophecies, or instructions and suggestions and pieces of advice that you want for your own brain, or maybe there are really famous quotes that are incredibly poignant for you, we can then turn them into a piece of artwork, a JPEG, and send them back to you, or we can upload them into your session for you. The interesting thing about Our Beautiful World is that your precise question is actually what inspired us to do it. If you want a session that you create ostensibly from scratch, but you want it for commercial purposes, you actually want to use it publicly, you want to share it with other people. Because what happens with our professionals is that, or let's just say you're a manager of a team, and you want every team member to be watching something that's bespoke, that's totally, completely tailored to either your vision and values, or your transformation program, or whatever it is, right? Your outcome, your goals, whatever it is. Then we have to go through the commercial process. And the commercial process is actually really simple. We create professional sessions for professional purposes, and it'll actually allow you to gift them via the referral code. So that session or that piece of content is related. We've got a program, for example, Dee Terrell, you'll love this, with a school here in Australia, and we want all the teachers and the parents to actually be watching something about mindfulness and mental wellness and how to help children thrive, right? Well, that particular piece of content is bespoke for that audience. We were paid to create that, and they share that now by their referral code with their audience. And it's not a piece of content that's actually available in our shop. I don't know if you've seen, as I've been doing this, the reality is we have a couple of direct sales leaders or multi-level marketing team leaders, and we've created content that is very specific to their needs. One of those brands is doTERRA, the essential oils. The other one is Norwex, and they've been created in partnership with those team leaders, but it's for professional purposes. Gail, I don't think she's with us here now, but she's incredible, and she's been sharing the session that she created on essentially super success in Norwex, and she's very, very successful, and she's actually worked with a lot of other team leaders in terms of creating this content and sharing it and so forth. So what you're seeing here is Our Beautiful World. Oh, guess what? We should make it go faster so that you don't see so many black black sessions, but you'll all survive. So does that answer your question, Tony?
It does, actually. Yeah, that's actually very helpful. Thank you.
Excellent. We used to, in our early days, simply because we didn't have the resources and we didn't have the infrastructure and we didn't have the staff, we used to charge $5,000 per professional session we created. There is a special for 2019 and it's $899. So that's what we charge to a corporate or to a business. But to an individual entrepreneur, I think we're charging $450 right now. And I think that that's available until the end of August or the end of September. So I do know a lot of people are doing that for those purposes. If you want our beautiful world, we actually have to put it into your account privately. And there's a small fee for it. I don't actually know what it is. It escapes me. You'll have to ask Mayumi. I'll have to ask Mayumi and then let you know. But as you can see, it's stunning. It's absolutely stunning.
Oh, yeah.
It just reminds us how amazing our planet is.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I was actually really wanting to just create something for my own personal use at this point, but I do see myself creating a professional one down the road, and I'm liking it a lot. So thank you so much for creating this.
Oh, that's my pleasure. Thank you. I'm lucky. I am indeed very fortunate. I've been on this journey, and I'm courageous enough and persistent enough to make it happen. And there's been lots of trials and tribulations and challenges, but they're all worth it, though.
Yeah, you're transforming lives. So yeah, absolutely. And I'm holding you and Cam in my heart and prayers, and just going to see him covering and being healthy and whole.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, so is there anybody else who wants to say anything? I can see Lucy's raising her hand. Go, Lucy. I'll unmute you. Hang on. There we go. Hang on. There you go. Oh, you actually muted yourself accidentally. Hang on. Sorry. Come on. Unmute. Unmute. Oh, my thing's playing up.
Okay.
Away you go. Yep, perfectly.
I just want to let everyone know this is a fantastic program. You can do it anywhere, anytime. You don't necessarily have to be in front of a desktop. I find that some days if I get up late, I ask myself, what can I do now? The first thing that comes to mind is Positive Prime, and I just turn on my mobile. My mobile's on anyway. I just have to go to Positive Prime session and play whatever that I want to play at that spur of the moment. And it's so fantastic to have something like that, a tool like that, to take with you wherever you go. So yeah, it's a great tool. I think everyone needs to have a tool like this. You know, we all are such busy people. We don't have time to do some, to do something like Positive Prime. Wherever you go, and before the online vision board, I found it was such a big thing for me to come and check all my goals for the day. I had to take the trouble to do it. It was a big effort for me, but now I find this is so effortless. That's all I wanted to share today.
Thank you, my dear. That's just so beautiful of you. It's true. It is effortless, isn't it?
It is effortless.
Yeah. And you're right. I mean, I just use it on my mobile as well. My cell phone, I just go straight to Google Chrome in the app, and I'm always logged in, and away we go. Alrighty, so we're at the top of the hour, and I'm now going to take my leave and go snuggle Cameron and share your love with him. And,
can we just ask one quick question?
Yes, go.
Asked a question about can an 8-year-old use it? And I had a question about, well, two questions. One, what happens when you're interrupted? And the second question is, how young can you use Positive Prime for kids?
Well, the truth is that children are watching television commercials, which are, quite frankly, there's nothing, by the way, subliminal about Positive Prime. Absolutely nothing subliminal. Nothing, right? The reason why, of course, there are a couple of reasons why we give you control. One is because we as human beings have an insatiable appetite to be right. We like to be right. Our whole need for control is actually around that. It's biologically wired. It's in our reptilian part of our brain. It's necessary. It's just who we are as human beings. And so you can slow it down to speed 1, and speed 1 allows you to actually relax into the content and see exactly what it is that your other than consciousness is consuming, right? Now, I have been showing babies and children positive prime sessions for years, and I see amazing results, right? I have one of the most sensitive and wise nieces. She's 14 now. She's actually been watching positive prime. Oh, golly gosh. I started to create the first beta one about 8 years ago. So she was really young. We have school children. So there are a couple of professionals who are actually teachers like you, Deetarel, who've been using it on 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds. We have mothers of children who are on the autism spectrum. There's a lovely lady in our professional community, Tara May. She uses it with her child. And it really does help when he's, basically going through an episode. And I'm hearing that more and more and more. The kinds of content that I would show children would be different than what I would show some adults. Like, we actually have some sessions called romance and intimacy. Clearly that's not appropriate. So all I would ask is that there is parental guidance, there is observation, there is responsibility and accountability for the adults in the child's life with what they're showing. Right. The exquisite flow session is fantastic for children. Being happier is fantastic for children. I don't think that there's very much that isn't appropriate for children. Because I'm not a parent, I can't make decisions like parents can, or would, or will, or should. So I think that for those of us who are really committed to personal development and self-improvement, and spirituality and, peak performance, we have enough judgment to be able to make really good decisions for the people that we care about. And that includes children. I know that there are some great results by some caregivers with people at the other end of the spectrum as well, like for dementia and Alzheimer's. So uploading a positive prime program with a lot of photographs that celebrate a person's life and all their memories is actually really healthy for them. So as I don't even think I finished the sentence. Like, let's just say I'm setting this up for Cam, and it'll be on his tray table. I will look for a session, and I will go and put 120 minutes into the runtime, and it'll just transition really slowly, but it'll give him 2 hours. And then I'll come back and I'll change it, and, maybe we'll watch something different. We'll watch Fabulously Fit and Wonderful Wellness and Nutritional Nurturing. They're three other sessions that we've got in the library. If you're interrupted, all I'm going to say, right, is that you need to go into your heart and connect with your intuition and do what's right for you. So there are days when I will literally watch an hour's worth of positive prime. I might watch a couple of sessions on a super fast transition at 1 minute in runtime. But I have a session called Being Happier, which has got 1,000 of my goals. It's really a vision board. All the places that I want to go to, all the experiences that I want. Like, I really want to go to Wimbledon. I really want us to see the beautiful colors of Japan. So, I've got 1,000 of these things, right? I really want to meet and work with Brené Brown. Blah, 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 blah. So that particular session, I might actually sit there and watch it for half an hour. I might have an initial intention of only 5 minutes, but then I'm liking it, so I just watch it for longer and longer. And you know what? I'm worth it. Like, I deserve that. My life is really worth that. My future's worth that. My now's worth that. And will I watch that on speed 5? Yes, usually. Sometimes I'm agitated and I need to watch it at speed 1 or 2 just to calm me down. Go with the flow, right?
Thank you.
Feel the bliss. Do what you need to do. If you get interrupted, start it again, right? It's only 3 minutes or 5 minutes. Because I really understand the science as well, it's non-negotiable for me. I don't need to be convinced to watch a positive prime session or 2 every single day. I just do. And yes, I'm emotional today. I really am. I don't think I would have been able to turn up in a different city under the duress of yesterday and deliver an amazing keynote speech to an audience. By the way, I didn't talk about Cameron and I didn't feel a real connection like I do with all of you. So I was probably, you know, just a little bit distant and therefore able to pull it off. But, you know, quite frankly, it's really tough times that test our resilience. And it's like when I see my nephews, they go to training for soccer or football. The reason why we go to training and we do training is so that when we need to perform, we can. So the reason why we train our brains is so that when we are going through really difficult times or when we really want to triumph in an area, it's almost like we've got the muscle memory, right? And that actually can be the difference. I mean, it really can be the difference. So I positive prime every day because it's important, really important. Yeah.
Thank you.
Love you all, and I'll speak to you very soon.
Too.
Thank you. Thank you. Any other questions? Mayumi is amazing and so is her team. Go to support@positiveprime.com, support@positiveprime.com, and just know that if there's anything you can do to help, it's encourage everyone you know to create an account with Positive Prime and to upgrade and to personalize and just go out there and create magic and be miraculous. All right. See you.